I know Kung Fu. Hey everyone, Noah Hammond here, back with another video. And today we're going to be talking about the Matrix and how to know that right now, right in this very moment, you are in fact living inside the Matrix. So first, I'll start off with some science. Then I'll dive into a little bit of spirituality, and I'll end with some concrete yoga philosophy. And all of it will culminate in describing the Matrix, its purpose, and why you're inside it right now. I feel like I'm trapped in the YouTube. Help! Right? So, first, science. Science has already proven that 99.999% of everything is just empty space. Right? When you get down to the subatomic level, an atom is just almost entirely empty space. And so everything that we think is this solid matter is almost entirely empty space. Now, another thing that science has recently proven is the fact that the majority of the universe is actually made out of dark matter or dark energy, meaning matter and energy that we have no idea what it is. It doesn't exist in any of the electromagnetic realms that we can study with our instruments. We simply know it's there because of the way the universe is behaving, but we have no idea what it is. And that makes up the majority of our universe, right? So there's scientific things that show there's more to this reality than we perceive, right? Because we perceive this reality to be solid and we think we know what's going on, but actually science has proven that we have no idea what's going on. All right, so scientifically, we're inside the Matrix. Now, spirituality merges in with this conversation. And the way I like to conceive of it is this. It's been proven that you can have single-celled intelligence, that an amoeba can show a preference between dark and light and can go and seek one or the other. So every single cell of the 10,000 trillion plus cells in your body actually has its own intelligence. Well, that's pretty incredible, but let's zoom out. Because the universe is divinely intelligent. It's absolutely mind-boggling when you think about the order that exists in the universe. Like if the moon was just a little bit further or closer away from our planet, how that would affect and change everything. And if we were further closer to the sun, how that would affect and change everything. And how our body has these complex functions that process oxygen and sunlight and what it produces. And it's so complicated that, again, this is something that science has readily admitted it has very little understanding of. There is a divine intelligence that has orchestrated all of this. And my opinion is that, like how we create, so we have been created, right? Everything that we create in our society starts with a thought up here. So the way I like to ask, or the question I like to ask is, whose thought were we? Right? Who was the creator of this, which is so clearly and so powerfully, divinely planned, with such levels of precision in so many layers and so many levels? Whose plan was that? So, while this is a very open-ended question and it takes faith, it takes a suspension of the ego, of the critical mind, to actually open up to that conversation, it does make you wonder, whose thought are we? This divinely intelligent experience, this divinely planned experience that we're living in. And so the way I connect this is that in yoga, they teach the third dimension, which we're currently living in, is the dimension of duality, right? There's hot and cold, light and dark, right and wrong, good and evil. And in this dualistic reality, what we get to experience is trial and error, pain and pleasure, growth, all of these things that stretch us as beings, stretch us as souls. We get to experience it here, right? Because in the higher dimensions, there is not duality. there is unity, there is harmony. And so there's much less opportunity for growth. If everything was blissful, if everything was harmonious, how motivated would you really be to work on yourself, to stretch your boundaries, to stretch your limits, to grow, to become greater than you were yesterday and greater than you were yesterday every single day? How much motivation would there be if there was nothing but harmony? Very little. And so the easiest way, my friends, to know that you are in the matrix right now, that you are here as a soul who chose to come here to work on yourself, to grow yourself, and to experience very specific lessons. The way to know that is to just think for a moment. About 99% of every single person on this planet is suffering for some reason or another. Doesn't matter if they're poor, doesn't matter if they're rich, doesn't matter if they're skinny, if they're fat, if they've got a great girlfriend or a great husband, or it doesn't really matter. Almost everybody is suffering over something. And so it makes you wonder, in this divinely planned reality, if this really was the end-all be-all of reality, if this was really it, why would this divinely planned thing be planned and orchestrated and created in order for everybody to be suffering? To me, that just doesn't make any sense. Now, you could be pessimistic about it and be like, well, because life is hard, and that's what the point of life is to suffer, right? But my opinion, and what yoga teaches, is that that's only the point in this reality, in the third dimension, is to grow your consciousness through trial and triumph, right? Through conquering your inner demons, through conquering Satan, which is really just your ego, and becoming your greatest self, living your greatest potential, serving your greatest purpose, living in harmony with yourself, with your mind, body, and spirit. So that, my friends, in my opinion, is how you can know that you are living inside the matrix. Everybody suffering, to me, doesn't make much sense. So let's embrace it. Let's grow ourselves, and let's take on our challenges knowing that this is just tests. This is just tests, and on the other side of this test is a greater reality than one I've ever experienced before. And so for you men out there who want to really take on growing, becoming your best self, and living your most successful life, I implore you to check out my new training at truemanacademy.com, where I teach you the step-by-step, fastest path to your own personal awesomeness. So that's it for me today, guys and girls. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, please comment below. I would love to join into a discussion about the Matrix and whether or not we're trapped in it and what we can do to most powerfully grow as a result. Also, please like the video if you liked it. It helps more people see it. Please check me out on Facebook. Please subscribe to the channel, and please join me again for another video coming soon. Thank you.